안에 가서로 다 드링아도 드링이지 산이 니마스물라 다 돌섬 검대단 데가도 냠리치 아니 셔단데 나가 냠리다 단데 나라도 파만데 지금 또 나도 듣슨 배조치니 드득 봐야지 데가도 아니 다 냠리치인다.
So starting from today, for next 3 days, we're going to do this Vajrasattva practice. The Vajrasattva practice where you visualize and recite, the mantra. And so usually it is the practice of tantra, but we're not going to make it as a tantric practice, but just practice to purify our negativities, negative karmas that we have created since beginner's time. So we're going to do a visualization of the deity of Vajrasattva and lights and nectars flowing down, and then purifying all our negativities like that. So we're just going to do that visualization and the recitation of 100 syllable Vajrasattva mantra.
됐지. 아니 보다 좋지. 자, 아니 또다저 디시엔데 가도 다 사가 가로 라밥 디시엔 바이자 아니 라밥 디시 빼면서 디시 나같이 디시 처벌지에다 대단 대명하도 겨워서는 발랍 전부 대단 연구를.
And especially at this special time, of Buddha so descending, from Tushita Pure Land, on this special occasion. So if we do this practice, then it becomes even much more powerful.
Okay. 어다들 이제 당간도들이 좋아돼. 단들만 만보 슈데모 가지고 참했다 남지 하고 장장이 받아. 담보에 단다 아니 이자가 다 롱지 되셔 is.
So we're not going to go too much into explanation. As you all know, maybe most of you are already familiar with this practice. So we're just going to do the practice right away. But before that, Geshe is going to give the transmission of the mantra.
저탄 대가 가도 딱 내게 네 전업도 다 잠고는 뭐 제당 기시 소갈하다 같이 달라면 마보서 톱되던데.
So Geshe has received this transmission of the mantra and the practice itself from his Holiness Dalai Lama, Geshe Tsulga, and many other high lamas.
근데 다나 도저스면 곰대대 단 데를 하지 니바 다야가 아니 소소 무게와 다야가 다 냠네 같이 요 말에.
And so there is no better or higher practice than this visualization and the recitation of Vajrasattva mantra to purify the negativities. So there's no other higher practice than doing this to purify the negativities.
다나 지금 내 도대 디디 쇼지 그래. 아니 담보 잠들 셈지 다네 봐. 아니 소소 무파 곰지 아니 가도 나사야 따라서.
And also it's very simple and easy to do. And it's not that difficult. You just start with taking refuge and then generating bodhicitta. And then after that, you just do the visualization of the deity and the visualization of the light and nectar flowing down. And then we just recite the mantra and keep on reciting the mantra many times as possible.
다 담보 가지고 다 담보 이게 등아도 베개 갈란 레시드 잡샤스. 아니 나도 이제 역사를 와. 자도 나도 백 동도 왔어.
So you see the mantra, right? And it's right at the bottom of the page. The Vajrasattva mantra, you see that there. So
근데 다 옴세대 뜻이 잠고가지고 옴세대다 이게 참여는 건데 링하였으면 성격이 됐어.
So that's the mantra starts with syllable om. Or Om, so that symbolizes that's the head of all the mantras, and it symbolizes the three body, speech, and mind.
근데 다 파티는 sometimes 이게 잘에 마용들이 요다. 다 때고 내가 개요 말했어. 아니 또 자요 완자 아니 이자 파는 소리에서래.
자요레스?
그다 잘라 자다 니 숨들인 두어.
자다 니요레.
파티와 있나 얘나 다 이자래 되고 잘하시면 이자 뜻이죠래.
So it's called 100 syllable mantra, but actually there are more than 100 syllables. So it doesn't matter, right? So because it has 100 something mantra syllable in this mantra, therefore it's called 100 syllable mantra.
다 담봉에 책디마 사드케데 베개가 봐 저거인다. 대내 저저 말에 대 단다 벤체로서 취지한데다 안에 단다 장샤 나오셔도 공수 결절 대가 봐 보여야 돼.
So now I'm going to recite and explain the meaning of the mantra. So that's not explained by myself, but it was translated by So Benji
벤젤로도 취지한데.
Benji Chugi Jansen
아니 다 나지 장샤 아니 장샤 나온 줄도 정말에.
and Jiangshan Ngo today.
코너 버지 되셔주래.
And so it's translated by those highly holy beings.
아들 다 멘자사도 세다 도지 삼발하기 그래서.
So Vajrasattva, you know, the Vajrasattva is Vajrasattva. It means the Vajra mind.
근데 사마야라는 담색.
Samaya is the commitment.
아니 마나팔라야나 아니 다 지스 좁로 지세야지.
Manupalaya means to protect.
멘자사도 뛰노바는 아니 도제선 받은 나라니 타 녀워지는 내로 나서야 돼요.
And Vajrasattva is this is the Vajra mind, right? So Vajrasattva. Tinopadishta means
타 녀워지.
please be close with me.
아니 디차스다 내로 나서 타 녀워 내로 지서.
Kandidi. Vajrasattva.
멘자사도
Tinopadishta.
뛰노바 디차 아티스타. 네바치 아니 디차 저조세다 아니 템보세.
And Dido means stable.
뭐 아니 매너세다 아니 다세.
Me means self.
아니
I.
바반세다 아니 라제세다.
Bhava means natural.
아니 수도 가요 메바 와든 아니 달라 아니 셴데 제바 투 제베인 거네 아니 지든으로 제사시.
And Sudokaya Mebawa means, you know, to look after me, you know, with great care.
아나라도 메바 와든 아니 달라 지사 아니 니제기 왕기야 아니
Tijela Subominde.
수보도 홀는데 수보로서
Subodomasa.
수보티 홀도 수보 거면 아니 달라 아니 셴데 제바 대야 아니 지가르고 녜게 링아 예섬지 냠레 야 가르고 공배도 같이 아니 지든으로 지사시로.
And then Subokaya Mebawa means like, you know, for please care for me for my practice, you know, to increase.
아나라도 메바도 대양알아 니지가 왕게 아니 지스 차반데 소스.
And then Anurada Mebawa means, you know, to care for me with great compassion.
아니 사와서데 메타 야자 아니 고소도지 무릎 탐정하라 들어지스.
And then Sawa Siddhi Mebayata means, you know, to grant me all the siddhis, all the attainments of the holy body, holy spirit, and holy mind.
아니 사와까마 스자메나 달라 아니 지 시제 원라클 레탐초 쪼록지스 안들어.
And Sawa Karma Suzame means, you know, to grant me, you know, all the activities, you know, of all the peaceful, wrathful, increasing and controlling activities.
아니 뜨듬 셔림 거러서야 돼 아니 샘지 완전 저지 다 도지 샘비가 가지 말아 완전 저렇게 있어요 이대로.
And Chitam Shri Yam Kuru Home.
거러 홈에 왔지 거러서야 돼.
Kuru. Chitam Shri Yam Kuru. 이거서?
아니 다 도지 샘지 완전 도지 샘지까지 도지 샘비가 다 같이 완전 들어오지 되는 이면도 샘지 완전 저세.
And it says like that means, you know, to saying Vajrasattva, please bring me under your control.
아니 홍사야 돼 아니 툭 도지 사변데스.
The hong, you know, is the syllable, you know.
아니 대제다 아니 하시지 호가 대 이싱한 속이래 이싱아.
And the hong is the syllable, the Vajra mind, and then ha ho, you know, is referring to the five wisdoms.
아니 바완 아니 좀 된데스.
And then Bhagavan means the Tathagata or the Buddha.
아니 타타가다 대제샤바스.
So Sawa Tathagata is all the Buddhas.
아니 매자서다 돌제시.
Vajra is the Vajra or the diamond.
아니 마메서다 다치.
Mame means self.
민자서다 마트르칭가 다보자로 시선으로.
So Munza, you know, is not dispersing.
아니 벤자 바와서다 아니 도제지 랑제스. 아니 다 도제 셈비가 공방 토벌 쇼사로 있어요.
the Vajra Bhava means the nature of Vajra.
And then Samaya Sadhu said, and then Tamsik she said, Mendo.
Samaya Satwa means like all the commitments or all the commitments.
And then Samasado, and then Ahunrova. And the Hon said, any and the Paja Numova Tamcho Pawan Zurchis.
And so with that, may all the negativities, all the delusions be purified.
And the pay said, and then Driver Dunga Tamcho Tara Zurchis.
And pay is saying also to free from all the sufferings, the result of those negativities and delusions.
Oh yeah, that's Tapa Dodo Shivayana. And the Doje Samba, Dala and the Tamsik the Jesus George, he said,
Doje Sembe?
Doje Sembe, and it's touching Nemakari, Kelaman, the Tenajing at George.
And so in short, it's saying requesting the Vajrasattva to protect you, just as he has made a commitment to do so.
And the Doje Sembe, Da Niji never number, and the Tayan Doje Sembe Nachi took near watching it and the Naroshis.
And then also, like that also to be cared for you closely.
And the tempo in the Cadena Nadanyam to Derochis
and also to care for me, be with me stably.
And the Dala shed the Java, the Tayangalaya took Geoch in the Roshis
and be very pleased with me.
And the Dala Jesus chopping with and the Dala Kajina Kaji Nijegi Pajan Surochis.
And also requesting to look at me with great compassion.
And the Dala good of Tamjer and then to rub the Rochis.
And also requesting to grant me all the attainments.
And the Dala and it she just wanted to let Tamchu the Malaterochis.
And also requesting to give me all the activities, of the all the 4 activities of wrathful, peaceful, and so forth.
And it jumped the Tishaba Tamchi Kadina and the Lu Matarochis.
And all the Buddhas and Tathagatas, please never forget me or forgive me. I mean, forget me or forsake me.
And the Doje Nibo Doji Tamsik Samba, that Kirala that Doje Compate, not top and the Dochis.
And also, please make me to achieve the state of Vajrasattva.
Why die in that Tanga you get Mando Shakinda?
So that's the roughly the mantra.
Oh, yeah, Tanga tender to the Tanga of Gomja in that Gomja child to take on the tissue was.
Okay, now so that's the meaning of the mantra, and now we're going to do the meditation part. So how we're going to meditate. So if you want to take a note, you can take at this time.
Okay, that Tambo Soso do dead was Soso do there that they.
And so now you're sitting in your cushion, right, in the meditative posture or in a straight sitting with the cross-leg posture.
Okay, that Tambo Channel Tanda Gomja, just have to pound in the Gomerda. That Tambo Sosola, you get the Gomgor, you get pump set the rest, you get the Gomgor, so go counter your some gores.
On top of your head, so you have to visualize the letter syllable pam. So it's actually PAM pam, but that's how it's written in Tibetan, like that, just like you see on Geshe's screen.
Okay. Namju Soso Doje Samba Chera, Tatiranga December Chagana, Doje Sambako, Numo counting Mewazan, and so Tamaba Ranche, and Nanzo Doje Samba Susan got the La Gomchi, and it doesn't be Chahida.
So usually in the tantric practice, you visualize, you generate yourself as the Vajrasattva, and do the practice. But in here, we're going to just, visualize the Vajrasattva on top of our crown.
Oh yeah, that do that Pema dead was that they wrote pa sugar, that watching the pa sheche, and the Pema demaja the Pema teacher.
And then, so that's the syllable pam dissolves into a light and then transforms into a lotus, like that with the lotus, with the 8-petal lotus.
맞아 맞아. 다 되게 도달라야 아니 아까 보지 공부를.
And then on top of
Ah,
that
ah.
lotus, visualize syllable ah, white syllable ah, like that.
아니 아니 아까 뭐 대고도 좋아하는 아니 다윗 정골 아니 빼매게 덴트리 계속 삼고 그랬어.
And now, so that the ah dissolves into light and becomes a moon cushion or moon disk.
다 뒤들라다 홍가 보지 공부를. 다 뒤가나 홍가 보지 야 로데시 야 야라데.
On top of that moon disk, lotus and moon disk or moon cushion, you have to visualize a syllable hum like that.
오케이. 홍지 다대 홍가 보 그것도 저벌라 싶어. 다대 홍가 보도 지금 다 도제 가보 도제들다. 내 도제 생각하다. 내 도제 가보러 와.
So that syllable, white syllable hum, dissolves into light and then transforms into a vajra, a white vajra, like that.
오야. 다 던지 도제 가보더라. 다
Five spoke white vajra.
오케이. 다뒤 도제 때래 다 고파 저 가서 말자 참네피 아니 쇼저 탑제 강가라 파 참네 내 샘제 사마라 폭지 샘제 참에 뒤로 빠져다 쳔바 탐자 다 삼고 그랬어.
And now the light, infinite light and a multicolored infinite light radiates from the vajra and towards all the 10 directions. And that strikes to sentient beings and purifies all their negativities. So you have to think like that.
근데 거기 투 양종 혼라 투탐고 그랬어.
And then all that light dissolves back into the vajra.
근데 양조 안에 거기 파체네 아니 초벨라모 쪽거든. 초벨라모를 돼. 거기에 내가 초벨라모지 아니 단계가 도제삼마모 참말라야 아니 초바베고 그랬어.
And then then again the light radiates out from the vajra, and on the tip of each rays of the light there is the offering goddesses. The offering goddess, all these infinite offering goddesses, making offerings to the Vajrasattva.
다 드네게 아니 초벨라모도 수다투소 추되네 참마 아니 그 홍들라타 양 거기 추타고
Dojala.
도지라 탐고 그랬어.
And then then the light, and the with the offering goddesses all dissolves back, into the Vajra again.
오다 텔레 되니시하라 그래. 아니 섬적이 되지 섬적이 드럽샤와다 아니 조합해 봐서 되니시하라 그랬어.
And so that's called performing two activities. So the activity performing two activities. The activity of purifying the negativities of sentient beings and the activity of making offerings to the Buddhas.
다 도제데 찍고라 홍지 삼고도 홍 찍고들 홍지 삼고 그랬어.
And then at the center of the Vajra, that's in the round, in the center of the Vajra, there is a syllable hum.
다 도제텔에 거치네 다 도제데 거치네 안데 도제 삼바 저송 삼고 다 도제 삼바.
And now the light, that Vajrasattva and the Vajra again radiates the light, and then it transforms into Vajrasattva.
Okay, Jennifer, can you make me the co-host? 뭐야? 다 내려오고 그랬어. 교통소.
So you see that now is something like that.
단다 그게 어려워. 단다 어디 섬다고 말했어.
Just the Vajra. Just think of the Vajrasattva on top of your crown now, right? So not the light radiating. Don't think about that part yet.
뭐야? 다 도제 섬받겠어. 당가도 도제 섬받겠어. 다 도제 섬받이 다 샤먹어 왔지. 꿈도 가보 예바. 아니 샬라 도제다 트원남 되면 예바. 아니 다르나토지 제여바든 레지 섬다고 남지 빠나요 왔어.
So just like in the picture, to visualize very clearly Vajrasattva on top of your crown, right? So his white colored body, he's holding Vajra in his right hand, bell in his left hand, and he's adorned, with all the divine garments and ornaments.
다 도제 섬받들 다 도제 섬받자 다 도제 섬받들 다야 두개 호텔에 원천데 도제 섬받고 파 쇼전 참절라 파 안에 거주 안에 파 포고 그랬어.
And now at the heart of the Vajrasattva, visualize the syllable hum, and then from the syllable hum, the lights radiates towards all the 10 directions.
아니 semje 참절라 폰에 semje 참에 디더 바자다 잡아 샤지던데 참마 도지 삼바 저송 삼고 그래 semje 참마.
And then that light strikes to all sentient beings, and now and that purifies all the negativities of the sentient beings, and then they all become Vajrasattva.
다 참마 도지 삼바에다 더네 도지 삼바도 추 어디 냠도 주네 야추 소소 주네 아니 도지 삼베 투라 파 투갈라 파탐고 그래서.
And then all those sentient beings, that has become Vajrasattva now, you visualize, bringing them all back, and dissolving back into the Vajrasattva on top of your crown.
아니 다 되네 되라 아니 엄마 사왔다는 거다 사바라바라 아 그만 파담베 다티 아니 어테지 대사 대사는 야고 파케네 아니 초벨하모 마보 저거더네 되네게 다 아금 파담 피베 메토 두부도 바 잠벌리 카데 바트네 바 소소 카네 아니 초바 다 단데 도지 삼바도 초고 그래서.
And then now again the light emanates from the heart of Vajrasattva, which on the tip of each rays of the light, there's the offering goddesses. And so now all these offering goddesses make the offerings of all these the water argam, the water for drinking, padam for washing feet, and then pupe is flower, dupe incense, aloke light, again the perfume, and new the food. So infinite offering goddesses making infinite offerings of all these things.
다 되네 저 바다에 봐서 야 소리 투가네 야 단데 거기서 파 티지 아니 다 원하세 시엔다 그래 원하세데 자와링아레스 테스트 시엔다고 그래서
도지 셈바 투가네
아 도지 셈바데 야 아니 당연하지 저거 파 투지 아니 원갈라 시엔다고 그래.
And so like that, and visualize all this infinite offering goddesses, filling the whole space and making offerings, of all those things, of agam, padam, pupa, and so forth. And then, then again, imagine light emanating from the syllable hum at the Vajrasattva's heart, and then bringing forth or inviting the empowering goddesses.
아니 되네다 아니 자와링아가네 와 그렇지 와 범바 까보더라서 되네 와 그 되게 두성하더라 되네 난도 되네 마돼 난도 사는 마돼 되네야 두서 야 파지 아니 디럽다 아니 담통님이 샤시 다네 가로 아니 가리 이시 와 그렇지 아니 뭐제베 아니 소소소야 아니 다야 퇴변 골라야 단다 아니 가셔오대 아니 자와 뭐제바 가지 소소 먹어봐 상가리 걸 전에 대다 되게 자와 산지 대도 대나버리 저송 삼고 그래서
다들 소소하게 도지선바들래.
도지선바들 나 도지선바 만들어 막 그거 맞다 도지선바들.
네. 도지선바도 나다 미저 오게 뭐 주세요. 도지선바 어딘 그
도지선바 올라가 도지선바 올라쳐 만들어 단다 만들어 봐 용거 말다.
And so these are the empowering gods and goddesses. So the empowering gods are the 5 deity Buddhas, the Amitabha, Akshobhaya, and so forth. And so this so the offering, the gods, the empowering goddess, they confer the empowerment with the pouring of the nectar. Then that enters into the Vajrasattva's body, and then that fills fills up his whole entire body, and then takes the it forms Akshobhaya's head on top of the Vajrasattva's head.
어지 다 대차서 다 드네 원라도 다 원라도 아니 배샤는데 세워요 말다 원라도야 소소소가 단계 가와 딜레션나 다와라 파펩송 삼고 그래서.
And now so the empowering gods, empowering deities, and all go back to wherever they came from. So it's not clear in the text, but you can think like that.
오케이. 다 아니 다 되네요. 좀 된데 이제 도제선 받담 연주 당에 샤시다 브란다서. 아니 다 되게 아니 도제스 다 되네요. 소소그 두간에 또야 단다 아니 단다 가로. 도제셈바 두간에 아니 원초네 아니 다 잠벌리게 샘제 참아라 포송 삼고 그래서.
And so now imagine again the light emanating from the heart of the Vajrasattva towards all the 10 directions sentient beings.
어치 다 텔레폰에 아니 대게 득저 빼나 단대 갑라 빼나 또염 내두고 미참바 내차 또염 내두고 등아 아니 지금 다다 넘을래야 잡스게 요다 내차 셔다 등도 참아 덕거도 다당아도 모타 투역을 눈나버 뒤나버치네 참아 마타네 심제 참에 득저 빠져 쳐바쳐도 다송 삼고레스.
And so that purifies all the negativities of the sentient beings, like all the problems they're facing now, like the pandemic, the COVID-19 and the pandemic they're facing, and all the problems, the political problems, or individual problems, every problem, all the problems and all the sufferings of the sentient beings, including the cause of the suffering, the negativities and delusions, all gets purified, just like when you clean the car, you get all these dirts coming out, like that. All the dirts and all the negativities and all the delusions of the sentient beings come out of them. They get completely purified of all these negativities and delusions.
아니 다 도저 삼제 참아 도제 삼바 결송 삼고레스.
And then thereby they all become Vajrasattva.
다 되네 다 요다 다 되네. 다 더도 춤추juk 참아 도제 삼바 투달았네. 아니 되네 다 도제 삼바데 아니 지금 되네야. 아니 되네 아니 초벨라모 파트네 야 도제 단다 방가 도제 삼바데 코나게 투가네 초벨라모 파트 야 텔라 아감바다 피고는 초바피고 그래스.
And then again, so imagine light emanating from the Vajrasattva's heart, and the tip of the lights, the rays. Imagine the offering goddesses. Now the offering goddesses are making offerings to all the Vajrasattvas.
다 대지 잡아질랐더니 아니 지금 초벨라모도 참아 아니 도제sembe 툴라 파 탐바섬당고 그래서.
도제sembe 참아?
도제sembe 다다 초벨라모도 양파 도제sembe 파트. And
then and then these offering goddesses, they make offerings to all the the Vajrasattva, all the Buddhas and Bodhisattvas, and then they come back and then dissolve back into the heart of Vajrasattva.
다 전에 도제 선보다 파 모두 직제 첨보 니바 첨보 모두 비틱 땅 토토도 니바 아니 포도토바 결송 삼고레스.
And then the Vajrasattva that we have visualized, becomes very powerful, very strong, very powerful, and vivid, and on top of your crown.
다 되네, 아니 다 이자사야다. 다는 다 노치다. 당도 도제삼바 얘기 전에다 도제삼바다 빼 무슨 니파 첨보 오늘 장내 빼 니파 좀 들어 삼고 그랬어. 아니 대삼지 다 어때 대삼지. 아니 가져로. 이거 가져도.
아니 가서 심지탐지 드리자 상가 시즌에 왜 추워 되는 게 구수도 연다는 넘버. 여기 넘버들은 아주 호대 잡아라 팀.
야.
그래도 이제 유버 되말에.
제가 단다 제사도 단다 가는 것도 샘철라 아니 파전에 득접자 대참마 아니 도지 삼바절. 아니 도지 삼바절 아니 대라양 초밥 상제도 녀버지. 아니 대탐주 아니 단다야 죄되네 아니 어지 아니 두개 홀라 때문에 다 근데 도지 삼바다 토도된 니바 포도토바 결송해서 그냥 이게라 파지 제사 말서.
네.
대두소.
대직성.
다 되지 다 되네 다 아니 도지 삼바데 빼 니바치면 토도된 니바보다 좀 다 되는 하사고 다 하사비 가는 간상 보는다. 다 소소그 레지 나사 샘게 동아 소소 나사 가와이나 던조 참마피 소소 조다 보나라지 만돌나 지금 리베도 디파라다도 된지 샘체 마롱 같은데 나 봐삼단 거다 되게 저도 대오메와이나 지까지 덕거도 석고도 간지 개니도 빼 모타 나도 tunna tenjega nabaji susu chogo nala yo chogo kawane yo sambo kores.
And so all this the qualities, the excellent qualities and the body, speech, and mind of all the Buddhas and Bodhisattvas and all the Vajrasattva's now come down and then dissolves into the syllable hum and the 100 syllable mantra at the heart of Vajrasattva, and then from there. And the light, emanates and descends down towards you, and then that purifies all the negativities, of yourself, all the negativities, all the negative karmas and all the delusions that all come out of your lower orifice or the pores.
단대 텐데 보다. 바지 소소 예바도 여와치 단다 임마 더 용고 말다 더 신이 용어야 되나
아니
담보 소소질 예바도 삼다가 소소질 예바 칸 바데 이거 삼시로
and so before the light, before imagining the light descending down, think of all the negativities, that you have in your 소소 수분할 삼당을 해.
아 소소분할 삼다고 했다 소소 괜히 짜냐이 말로 삼다
So all these negativities in your body, so your whole body is filled with all this negative negativities in the form of because tokuda sokuna mara.
다 이게 도지 삼바도 도지 셈베 투칼에 홍들에서 홍이 삼당 그래 당게 홍이 와
그래서 소소 수분할 삼당을 디디도 삼아.
차단 수분할다 소소 수분하여 거다
다들 가서 다가서 다게 디퍼런트 됐음.
차단 수분 소소 수분하여 삼고 다 간제 소소가 예밭 삼아
So think about all the negativities, one have created since beginner's time, all inside oneself, inside one's body, and in the form of scorpions or frogs and snakes and so forth. So, but if you find difficult to visualize that, think of that. Then you can just think of as like a suit or black liquid, or the suit, and in the form of that, your whole body is filled with all these negativities. And now visualize the syllable hum and the mantra garland at the heart of the Vajrasattva. So like mantra hum, the syllable hum like that.
근데 된게 대고 까보 나 바지 여시로 다 디코라 전에 온베다서도 서마야 만나 팔라마도 두 전에 딱 코라 찍지는 대 코라요 딱 코라 거기서 삼고 그랬어.
And the syllable at the heart of the Vajrasattva is surrounded by the mantra garland, of the 100 syllable mantra, Om Vajrasattva, something like that.
어제 다 됐네 마 이게 도 전에 안에 가르쳐로 아니 도제세베 나한테 파고 탈탈탈탈 나는 소소야 나한테 ጮ네 이게 도제세베 두개 오다고 탈탈탈탈탈 쩌네 고 나바치네 되네 고마 쇼지 만도베나 캄베데메 응보와나 추카와나 사 대서원도 봐지 봐 두스 아니 쇼지 마 사지 다 소소고 리그 단계 그 예바도 차서 되는 봐 대지 마 대네 아니 소소고 깜베고 무게야 사파 개지 티 올바 노송 삼고 그래서
나한테 가서 이도다 나한테
이게 인들에 나한테 나 다발나 고요 대고도 철철철 니바 철철철 아니 되네바 아니 도선 밥 배네 쳐봐니 밥지
나한테 거르게 삼당을 해.
나한테 당 거르게는 파진 고고 키게 쳐야 되면 이나 때 꼬라지 이거지
맞아요.
코르 삼는 거지 꼬라지 이거지.
And as you recite the syllable mantra, the 100 syllable mantra, the mantra garland, at the surrounded, to the syllable hum at the heart of Vajrasattva becomes very bright, and then from there the light, descends. So light pours down or flows down, just like if there is water and the hole in on the roof, it will just pour down like that, right? So wherever the hole there is, the water will just pour down like that from there. So imagine like that, the nectar and the light pouring down, from Vajrasattva, from the 100 syllable mantra and the 6 syllable hum at Vajrasattva's heart.
어떻게 다 소소고 링아였던 거 뒤도다 차사 덕거서게 남바치는 마 대지 척 대바는지 되네 소소 깜배골라 사바 개네 아니 더도 참아 사고만 로송 삼고 그랬어.
And then it pours, onto you, and then all your negativities, that you have visualized earlier, gets washed out of your body, and it comes out, from the sole of your feet and goes down deep down in the earth.
다 대지 다 이자 초고 다 소소 밑에 아 삼노탄에 삼노태단에 이자다 다 소소가 내가 디바사 좀만 줘봐지 삼삼 미는 처마총 근데 배 줘봐시 좀 다송 게 받아 삼고 그랬어.
And then as you're reciting the Vajrasattva mantra, then think about all the negativities that you have created. If you remember, then think of those, and then if you're not, then you can think of those logically. You can think how you may have created all these negative karmas, and then develop very strong sense of regret for having created those negative karmas. So strong that tears come out of your eye like that. So, and then with that, and recite the mantra very strongly, and then imagine that they are all purified. Imagine, the imagining that they are all purified is very important.
다 양조 텔레베나 베나 장카 베나 뉴슈자 추정과 답지 야 이마 아니 당게 나주지 전업 영어지 고마 밥지네 다 단다들 아니 예대 가고 예대라 이게는 마 대보다 예대라 그래 예대 얘는 마 대보다 다 되네 아니 도서 밥네 되는 마 영어지 마도 깜빠빠도 되네 야 강네 야 강지 야지 너와 괜히나 parato and digbada yebatel hana to tama ya teji nene nene tu tenji ya cholo ma tenji ya sago ma do some gores.
And so that's so the nectar and the light and nectar descending from the six syllable mantra and the garden at Vajrasattva heart and pouring down, and then that washes down all the negativities. So that's called the driving down. And then you can also, that's called the driving up. So then the water comes down, and then that like kind of fills up, and then when the container fills up, then it comes out from the top like that. All the negativities come out from the top of your body, like from the crown of your head and pours up from your from other holes in the upper part of the body, and again falls into the underground, and then enters into the ground, into the earth, like that.
야 만에 야 이작 타카지 사치네 다 단계 예대면지 다야 빠라다 왔대들 하이나선다 야 아니 분대라지 그래서 아니 야 연마 당연하지 주네 야직 변나 가로치 강으로 누치 도도샤나 강디컬 쳇사오지 박슬루샤나 강가 매와서 대나지 지네 아직 두서 참아 간지 수수 레그 철로다 나로도 섬참아요 야 참아 매와자서 섬 그래서.
And so that's several ways like that you can do, visualize. It's just driving down, driving up, and or disappearing in the middle. So like if you have like a ball of snow or ice, and then you pour hot water on that, then it just like melts or disperses like that. So imagine in the middle. So there's negativities in the middle. All that disappears with that light.
Okay, what do 전에 나사게 세게 다때 주제니 주제체가 같은 검다고래서.
And so that's the visualization or meditation that you do as you recite the mantra. So whatever amount of the time duration of the time that you're going to be reciting, visualize like for 1 hour, 2 hours, however long you're going to recite, recite with these visualizations like that.
다때 제반으로 다때 제마다 다 내나지 단다 빠도 내나지 전에 도지 선바지 이게 소주 내려요금 아니 데이터가네 아니 홍도 거라지 아니 메다서 요바치 아니 데네 소수다 아니 도제세 메투네 거바 고드바 아니 당연하지 지네 도주시네 아니 더좀 배좀 가고 다데 예바다 집바 두지 담고 그래 당연하지 초바 프라파드지 뭐보여 메와치 제마토나.
So that's more extensive in a practice that I just explained about all these lights emanating, offering goddesses, making offerings, purifying sentient beings, transforming them into Vajrasattva, and then collecting them back into the. Like all these things are very more extensive. So if you can't do all that, then just imagine, or visualize the Vajrasattva on top of your crown, and then like that, just like in the picture, and at the heart of the Vajrasattva is the syllable home. Surrounded to that is the mantra garland, of the 100-syllable mantra. And from there, from the syllable and the mantra garland, and imagine light and the nectar flowing down, and then purifying all the negativities of your body, speech, and mind like that.
Okay. 당어도 검자에 that's.
So now we're going to do the meditation, okay?
Okay. Are you guys ready? Everyone comfortable? Okay. 당연히 내 테마를 동요 대동가 조금 이빠 지워 잡아야 담봉아도 밤 안에 밤도 파 지워 잡네 안에 가로.
Pema.
빼마 다티 저한테 자야돼. 다 러시 작으면 됐어. 러시자는 고도도 다 소소 당연하지 줘야 돼. 근데 동 소소 이빠 지워 잡고 됐어.
So now you remember all the procedures of the meditation, right? Now Geshe is going to ring the bell. First, when he rings the bell, then you visualize the syllable pam on your head, and then that transforms into the lotus, and then on top of that is the syllable a, and that transforms into Mundis, and then there's a syllable Hung that transforms into Vajra. Like that, all that process. Geshe, he's not going to explain that again. So you just have to be, remember that what he has explained, and do the visualization as he rings the bell, and change the the visualization.
Okay. Okay, everyone got it? Everyone just close your eyes, okay? Now you don't have to look everywhere. First, think above your head as syllable palm. It become transfer for lotus, white lotus. There be transfer for I, syllable R. It become transformed on moon cushion. Above that syllable Hum, white color. It be transformed Vajra, white Vajra. The white Vajra has a light reach out all mother sentient beings, purify their negative karmas. All sentient beings become Vajrasattva. Then light resolves back for the syllable Vajra, Dorji. Then again the light come out to the offering gods to offer all the Vajrasattvas. Then again the light resolves back to the Vajra. Then Vajra be transferred for Vajrasattva. One face, two arms, white color, wearing the very ornaments, two hands. Then the light comes from Vajrasattva heart, go to 10 directions, reach all mother sentient beings. Again, they all purify negative karma, they all become to Vajrasattva and invite for them to back to the Vajrasattva's heart. Then again the light comes from the Vajrasattva's heart. It invites for all the
Empowering deities.
Important deities. They give the empowerment to white vase, nectars, they come out. Then it be filled for the Vajrasattva's body. It be come out, it become with the actual baya. Then the empowerment guards will go back to their place. Then again, the light come from Vajrasattva's heart, reach all mother sentient beings, purify their own negative karmas, especially right now like COVID-19, physically, mentally, they'll be all like complete purify. Then the all mother become to purify negative karma, they all become Vajrasattva. It dissolves back to the Vajrasattva. Then again, light comes from Vajrasattva. It divides for the offering gods, the offering all the Vajrasattva, Buddhas, Bodhisattva. After the offering, then they all become, smaller, then, dissolves one by one, they all dissolve Vajrasattva's heart. The Vajrasattva become very powerful, very blessing. Now, in the heart Vajrasattva, there's the syllable hum, white color. Then 100 syllables around that. Then now we recite the mantra. Then as the same as before, the Vajrasattva's mantra become very bright color, bright. Then the blessing, you can recite like 21 times. Then visualization, the blessing they come to same as before I explained. Then after again like maybe 10, 20 times. Then again you do same, you purify like go under your body, they're completely full, they open up to down, then come out like 3 times. Okay. This is a way. Okay. Now Jennifer, can you share the sadhana, the recite? It is like what we explain is like that. Okay. Maybe tamchu lokshana. Yeah, tamchu can recite. You can listen. Okay. College and lokshana.
I go for refuge to the triple gem. I shall liberate all sentient beings and place them in the state of enlightenment. I shall purely generate bodhicitta. I go for refuge to the triple gem. I shall liberate all sentient beings and place them in the state of enlightenment. I shall purely generate bodhicitta. I go for refuge to the triple gem. I shall liberate all sentient beings and place them in the state of enlightenment. I shall purely generate bodhicitta.
Now this is now after that, tamchu can recite slowly. You all just not just looking, just listen. This is a how to meditation. Okay, I just explained that, but my one's a little bit.
So what we explained is a little bit more extensive, but this is briefly like that. So this is the same thing. So as I recite,
Everyone
try to visualize in that way.
Everyone just close your eyes, not looking everywhere. Just try to listen Tamchu's voice, okay? Tamchu college and also that.
On the crown of my head, from a palm comes a lotus, and on it, from an a moon disk mandala. On top of this, from a hum, comes a 5-spoked white vajra, the half of which is marked with the hum. From this, light rays emanate and collect back together, transforming into Vajrasattva. He has a white-colored body, 1 face and 2 arms, holds a Vajra and bell, and sits in the Vajra position. In his heart, on a moon, is a white syllable hum, from which light rays emanate, inviting forth wisdom beings who are like himself. They combine and become non-dual. Once again, from the hum at his heart, light rays emanate, and invite forth the empowering deities. O all Tathagatas, please confer the empowerment. Having thus been requested, they hold up vase filled with the nectar of wisdom and confer the empowerment, saying, Om Sawa Tathagata Abhishekata Samaya Shiri Ye Hum. Thus initiated, Vajrasattva's body becomes filled with the nectar of wisdom, and Akshobhaya adorns his crown. O Bhagavan Vajrasattva, I request you to cleanse and purify myself and all sentient beings of all our negativities, obstacles, and degenerated and broken words of honor. Having thus been requested, from the home at his heart, light rays emanate, cleansing all sentient beings of their negativities and obstacles, and making offerings to please all the Buddhas and their offspring. All their good qualities collect back together in the form of light, which dissolves into whom at his heart, whereby his brilliance, power, and strength become the quintessence of the sublime. Now recite the mantra.
Okay, now everyone recite the mantra to you can stop the sharing the pray. Like that, okay? Okay, now recite the mantra until 8:30, everyone. You can like 20 times, then also visualization for purify negative karmas, 10 times, whatever you're comfortable, okay? Then non-stop, just recite the mantra, okay?
Can I share the screen with it, or do people know?
No, not everyone. Everyone I think knows. If you know the long one, you can do long. If not possible, do the short Om Benza Sadho, okay? Om Benza Sadho Samaya Manabalaya Benza Sadho Tinamba Titra Dodo Mebava Sudokoyo Mebava Subokoyo Mebava Anarado Mebava Savara Sada Medraya Savakama Suzame Sudum Shaya Koro Hu Ha Ho Bango Wana Savata Tanga Damba Mamen Bezabava Ma Samaya Sado Ah. Okay, now recite again like 10, 20 times the visualization to purify, okay? Until 8:30. I'm not talking anymore, okay? 뭐야 다 단계 나제 전에야 수수 뭐야 전에 비 수수 니바도 차 단계 다 라완에 마 다송 다 드스베요 제쇼아.
So now, like I mentioned before, imagine the light and nectar flowing down, enter into your body and washing away all the negativities.
수수 득바 다송 수수 스포데 실로 나로가가 매칭 가르고 먼저 비 커서 나제 빼 세워 니바치네 메바 차송 삼보다스.
And now all the negativities are purified, completely purified, and your body is very clean and clear like a crystal.
아니 대가라야 아니 도제선배 소설라 파케단데 다 리지버 체지 디담나 담도 냠죠다 샤치 다송 드레 랍송 소설 암별라 고송 삼고다스.
And then now imagine Vajrasattva was saying to you, O son of the lineage, all the negativities and all the obscurations, all the delusions are completely purified.
단에 단계 소설 오토라요 도제선바데 호가 나바 파추추추추추추추추 호가 나바진데 소설 내은 거원들 마 쇼지 호추추지마 소설니까 소설니까들 톰송 삼바제 소소다 다 찍바 찍자 소설 샘다 오예면 계속 삼고.
And now, then the Vajrasattva that you have visualized on the top of your crown becomes smaller and smaller, to the size of the thumb, and then that enters into you, through your crown hole, and now your body, speech, and mind becomes one, with the body, holy speech, and holy mind of Vajrasattva. And now with that thought, stay for a little while.
Okay, good. Now can you share that sadhana? 담주 꼽도 만들어주나? That's you. 담주 can recite. Everyone just visualization there. Okay.
Out of ignorance and delusions, I have transgressed my words of honor and let them degenerate. O Lord, Protector, please grant me refuge. Principal One, holding the Vajra, in the nature of great compassion, to you, the Lord of beings, I turn for refuge. Vajrasattva replies, O child of the family, you are cleansed and purified of all your negativities, obstacles, and degenerated and broken words of honor. He then dissolves into me. My three doors become inseparable from his holy body, speech, and mind of the Vajrasattva.
Shabe Sende Pardo Danger Topsoy Shanjoy Jamgoy Javete Zanjon Bebe Kunzo Trabote Choso Kurve Lemon Tandrup Dazo de Jim Gondo Shate Show. Okay.
Thank you, Gisela.
Okay, now tomorrow I'm not going to explain. We don't need to explain. We just start to, most into visualization and meditation. You can like 20 times recite, then you can visualization, purify negative karmas, or one mala, whatever you are comfortable, okay? Everyone clear to the how to meditation? Right? Tomorrow morning, we're going to also the precepts 5:30. 5:30?
Yes, 5:30. If you're coming for precepts, please come early. We're starting right at 5:30.
Yeah, we're going to start the Western time, not Tibetan time. Okay.
5:30 in the morning?
Yes.
Oh, I see. Okay. Thank you. Great.
Okay. Everyone got it? Then try to again, not just don't just live back. Try to visualize how to meditation, okay? Then you can also download the sadhana is I really follow the like sadhana, but I'll add a little bit. I'm also looking for the big book for and another commentary. Not just I make that, okay? But not just live that. Just try to visualization again one time, couple times, then it become more familiarized. Tonight before you go bed, try to maybe 1-2 times, okay? Then even I told you a little bit bigger, longer one, also a little bit shorter one. If you're not able to too many things, just visualize that your Vajrasattva in here, then from his heart, syllable home, the light. This is all. This is not karosh. This open and ngaru shari ducheng tene mai bachi. Ngone chikta ishiga ranjele tebe. Tendega lada to the samgoda.
So these deities that you visualize, so it should be visualized and as in the form of a light that's transformed from the wisdom of those Buddhas, and not an impure body like ours, which is built up with the flesh, bone, skin, and so forth.
대다 당계야 도제 선바 수준 될 공개와 대양 수수그 짜웰람마다 이름만 치웠대 예스마 도제 선바 가가지 짜웰람마 가가마 같이 수수 짜웰람마 임발라 도제 선바 짜웰람 남바 대인 삼내지는 손은 마사 그래지.
And also, if you visualize the Vajrasattva, thinking that that's one's root guru, one's who's in one nature with one's root guru, and it says one's root guru by nature, but in the aspect of Vajrasattva. If you think like that, then you get a greater or more blessings.
Okay, 아니 다 나중에 있던데 아니 담보도 짬로인데 와 짬로데 땡지 답죠 그래 짬로 샘지 땡지 답 그래서.
And so this practice, should be involved, with the 4 opponent powers. So the first, when we take refuge, that's the power basis.
아니 드네 남바 선집에 따오르와 아니 조바제 소소 예바도 제고 소소 예바 가르치나 제고래 또야 제가 제주 따때 조바체 아니 드네다도 이다서 왔대 아니 예보고 싶다 그러고 왔어.
And then in order to purify the negativities, you have to think about the negativities, right? So if there's no negativities to think about, then what is there to be purified, right? So, so we have to think about the negativities that you have created, and then generate strong sense of remorse or regret towards having done so.
아니 다 먹어봐네 다 드네 책임에서 얘는 줘봐야고 제거 그래 드네 다 대그 마다 뒷받치는 요 말에.
And then, in order to purify that, you think that I'm going to recite Om Anavajra. So that's the power of remorse. And then, in order to purify that, I'm going to recite Vajrasattva mantra. And then with that, you recite Vajrasattva mantra. With that visualization, you recite the Vajrasattva mantra. And then that becomes the power of antidote. And then once you have done that, after that, then you make a promise, to not repeat such kind of negative karmas again. And then that becomes the power of promise. So this involves all this, includes all these 4 opponent powers. So if there is 4 opponent powers included in the practice, then there cannot be any negativities which cannot be purified with that.
예, 제가 아니 소소 득바 다 송삼고다 만 로소 맨에 만 로소세 야 소소 집에나 베나 소소 정보라 가요나 아니 지 더소도 정보나 봐도 소소 장모라 가나 차면나 봐지 소소 가래 너는 이야주데 소소 득바 다 송삼고 인짐지.
So whatever nature that you like, warm or cold like that, you think of that, and then imagine, so you have to very strongly think that you have, your negativities are purified. You have to think that.
근데 소소 고 나게는 고 나사도 다소 깜바나 깜바 라바 나사때도 다 송인지 상고다 나사도.
And then all the negativities and all the sicknesses, all the diseases are purified also, are cured or purified. So whatever disease you have, if you have a headache, then you can think that the headache is purified or cured. If you have a limb or body ache, imagine that all that aches are purified like that.
제가 안주고 샘 대변나 빠유 저거한다 쪽바로서 빠유 저거들에 요함게 대나 저거제 대나지로 삼다 근데 막 추슈 첨보 땀나네 나 쪽바 가가 막 대로 두시 대로고 대로고.
And so you have to think of your body like the safety pipe in the bathroom. So when you flush the water, that just takes up all the takes or flushes down all the all the filth just like that. All the negativities and all the delusions inside you are all flushed out like that.
Okay. Okay, like that. Okay, everyone.
Thank you, Geshe-la. Thank you,
Have-
Doctor.
Good night.
Have a good night.
Thank you, Geshe-la.
Geshe-la.
Good night. Thank you.
Good night.
See
Good
everybody.
night.
Thank you, Geshe-la.
Good night. Thank you, Geshe-la.
Good night.